Hello, and thank you so much for returning and continuing to tune in as we learn about GitHub Copilot and get some good practice with it. In this lesson, we'll be generating some starter data with GitHub Copilot. As full stack web developers, it's pretty difficult to create projects without having at least some data to work with. That way, you know if your operations are going to be working and how you're rendering elements out on the front end and passing data to your back end and all of that. It just really helps to have a little bit of starter data while going through the development process. In our last lesson, we got GitHub Copilot installed as a VS Code extension, and we even created an index.js with some basic dummy data. I mean, like as generic as variables named 1 that equal a number of 1. In this lesson, we're actually going to be a little more sophisticated about it, okay? Where we'll create a file itself called data, and then that data will be exported from its file and imported into another file. All right, let's get going. So we have this here. I actually want to open up 3. So I'm going to come down here and say code 3.3. I didn't like that. Clear. What's going on? All right. So I want code 3.3. Oh, I'm not in that directory. CD up code 3.3. There. Got it. Okay. So in here, we'll be, we've got an empty directory right now, and we want to go ahead and create a brand new file. We could come up here in VS Code and click the icon for new file, or we could open up our terminal and write touch of something like data.js. So now we have a data.js file where we can ostensibly put some data, right? So inside of this data, we want, I don't know, an array named not data. Cats, dogs, cars, planes, famous people. Famous people that contains 5 objects. Each object has 3 keys: title, name, and bio. Okay, I'm going to add to that. I'm going to say ID, title, name, bio, and also birth, death, and we'll not do the image right now. That might be a bit much. We'll definitely get some bad dummy data there. So ID is a number, that's good. Title is a string, name is a string, bio is a string, birth is a string, and death is a string. And then export the array. We want all that. Good. Okay. So now it's going to generate this for us. A const of named famous people, exactly like we said right here, as an array right here. Okay. And then we're going to get object number 1. We should get 5 of these objects. We'll start with the first one. ID 1. That's good. Title as a king. King Martin Luther King. Okay. Bio and birth as well as death. And that's it. That's the object that we got. So check it out. ID, title, name, bio, birth, death. Good. Okay. Title, I think he shouldn't be a king. I think he's a reverend. So don't want to be irreverent about that. ID, who's it going to give us for number 2? Title, ooh, it's a president. I wonder which president. Abraham Lincoln. Okay. And so we've got the bio, his birth, his death, and that's our second. Before getting, hey, 3, another president, John F. Kennedy. I think this will be the last president that we allow. ID 4. We don't want another president. Let's try to get some equality in there. So female astronaut. Yeah, there we go. Female astronaut. Mae Jemison. We need a bio. It's taking a minute. Bio. And if we need to, we can just Google that. Mae Jemison. And we'll get a little blurb right here from Wikipedia on my side screen. Okay, and then in that as a string, comma, birth. It has her birth and she's not dead. That's good. Okay. And then number 5, not another president. Let's say an actor. How about that? An actor. All right. Tom Hanks. Yeah, love Tom Hanks. Okay. And then now, boom, we've got that data and export default famous people. Very helpful. Okay. It did all of that for us without, I had to go over and, do a Google search one time, but if it kept doing presidents, I think we would have been okay. It knows its presidents is the lesson here. All right, and now that we've exported that, then maybe we want to come over here, and we're already in here, so we're going to touch an index.js, and that index.js, first we'll import data from data. Well, no. So we want to import data.js from the same folder. So import data from same folder.data.js. And then console log that data. I don't know why it wants everything. And we come down here to our terminal, node index.js. Boom, it's giving us a bug. Import module, cannot use import statement outside of a module. So maybe we'll say const data required dot data. And then we boom, boom. No, now it wants unexpected token. So module, what about this? We do module exports famous people, exported as a module. No. Cannot use an import statement outside of a module. So now we const data, required data. There we go. Okay. So we had to export it as a module and then declare it like a module right there. And then once we have that data, then we can do anything we want with it, right? All right. Well, thank you so much for tuning into this video. In the very next video, we are going to be using GitHub Co-Pilot to spin this file up and create a server that's rendering the data that we generated as our starter data today in this video. So thank you so much. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.